In today's video, we're going to be cooking the hummus a tune burger from season 4, episode 18 of Bob's Burgers, titled Ambergris.
So there's this thing that comes out of whales' butts called ambergris, but little problem, it's illegal to buy and sell. Enter you.
Okay, gang, I'm intrigued, but I don't know. I left the criminal life behind.
Good for you. I used to be a thumbsucker and then I stopped, so I get it.
What a beautiful day for another Bob's Burger recipe. Today we're making a hummus burger. It's gonna be just the way it sounds. It's gonna be a burger with hummus and some peppers on top. Burger book does not ever let us down, so I believe in it, I'm confident. So I'm gonna grab my ingredients, we're gonna run through it, and then we'll get started on cooking up this delicious burger. Why not, right? I mean, why not? Let me just sip on this mud water real fast and then we can get going. I am just such a working man. We've got cannellini beans, garbanzo chickpeas, sesame oil, olive oil, ground beef, a couple red peppers, a lemon, high quality buns, and some lettuce. Let's rock and roll. Let's go ahead and get started on prepping this meat, and then we can worry about those boring vegetables later on. Here's the deal, I like to act tough and pretend like vegetables and I don't go way back in front of the meat, but truth be told, vegetables have always been good to me. I probably need to work on my self-esteem and not care about what any of my ingredients think, especially while I'm cooking. Easier said than done though. Do you guys ever think back to the cringiest things you did as children trying to be cool? I still do decades later. I wouldn't say they haunt me, but the occasional nightmare seems to remind me of how awkward I once was. I find it funny what memories we latch onto. Anyways, with the meat prepped, let's get our red peppers onto a tray to score and roast so we can remove the skin easily later on. But make sure to remove all seeds and stems beforehand. Alright everyone, come in. I'm gonna let you in on a dark, deep secret of mine. I've actually never made hummus. In fact, I didn't even know what hummus was made out of until today. So, we're in for a little treat, we're making something new. So let's get these peppers into the oven at 450-degree heat. Let them roast for about 35 minutes. Get them wrapped up, get them steamy, and then we'll peel off all the skin, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll start to blend everything else together into a weird looking mess called hummus. You heard the man. Let's transfer the red peppers into the oven in a POV, frantic kind of way. Make sure to remind the peppers who's boss. After they have blackened, remove them from the heat. They might look unappetizing right now, but that's alright because we're going to get some plastic wrap out and let the steam within help remove the skin. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't have to wrap them individually. You just want to make sure they're wrapped tightly so the steam stays inside. It's not an exact science though, but I did wait about 30 minutes before I attempted to de-skin them. Is that a word? Probably not. Alright, these have been sitting for a little bit. I'm gonna get the skins off of them and then we're gonna get it into a blender with everything else and we're gonna make our hummus super good. So let's do it. If done correctly, the skin should fall off pretty quickly and easily to make your life a whole lot easier. That's one thing I've learned as a home cook. It's almost always better to take your time with certain processes to ensure you actually save time overall. Plus, you never want to get frustrated while cooking because then it becomes a chore, and in my personal opinion, chores kind of suck. We're going to slice up the roasted red peppers and use most in our hummus, but a few will get left behind to be used as garnish on our burger. These are looking incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, it's hummus time, which just means that we're going to be combining all of our remaining ingredients into a blender or food processor so that they can become one thick mixture. I'm always on the edge of my seat when I have to use my blender though because it's always 50-50 on how things will turn out. I really need to invest in a much nicer one, but for whatever reason, most likely money, I just can't find the necessary motivation to do so. Plus it can make life more interesting. Imagine how boring things would get if all of my kitchen tools I possess worked like they were supposed to. I would miss the late hour surprise when everything falls apart and the blinding rage that consumes me when I've ended up wasting hours of my life for nothing. Speaking of being blind, I have forgotten the garlic. But after mincing them up, all of our ingredients will be ready to be blended. The blending of the ingredients might not look amazing at first, but hopefully, with the addition of the red from the peppers, the hummus will turn out looking pretty decent. It never really looks great in my opinion, but as far as hummus goes, I think it turned out looking quite nice. Alright, we're on the home stretch now. Let's get things started on cooking our patty. Get a high heat pan with some oil onto a stovetop burner. Spread it around to thin it out, and once the heat is at a good level, we can add our meat and press down with a heavy spatula to make sure the beef gets a nice sear. The kitchen is smelling incredible and we can chill out and relax a bit. I wonder what the best smelling food when cooked actually is. Off the top of my head, I would probably go with a chuck roast. Something about the combination of beef, carrots, celery, potatoes, onions just combines into something heavenly, but a juicy hamburger patty is definitely up there. To finish off the cooking process, let's toast our buns and then we can build our burger. It appears I did leave them on a little too long, but it doesn't really impact the flavor profile, so I just went with it. Let's start with the bottom bun, then some crisp lettuce, our juicy patty, a good helping of our homemade hummus, add on the remaining red peppers, and then top it off with our top bun. What do you guys think? Does it look amazing or what? This one came out way better than I anticipated. I was a little bit nervous about attempting this one because, like I said, I've never made hummus before, but I've tried the hummus and it turned out excellent. I would buy this hummus in the store. Let's just go ahead and bite into this and see how it turned out. I think it's gonna be an absolute banger. Let's go! This burger is awesome. You might have to appreciate hummus to enjoy it as much as I do. However, all the textures come together really well. It's definitely one of the most unique tasting I've made so far. I love it though. I'm going to give it a very high score. In fact, let's review it right now. I'm going to give this one a 9.25 out of 10. I highly recommend you make this one. Another burger down. The next burger is going to be even crazier. We're going to make like a lime cauliflower milk sauce. I don't even know. It's going to be weird and it's going to be great. So, I'll catch you guys in that video. Take care of yourselves. Peace.